Today, we're gonna take a look at what's the best crop to farm in HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK for money. We'll go ahead and make a tier list based on the results. The first farm we'll start out with is gonna be sugarcane, where we're gonna be using the sugarcane hoe, and this actually brings our farming fortune to 929. And the best speed to farm sugarcane at is gonna be 240. And farming one plot of sugarcane takes only 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's see how much money we made, and that's 682,000 coins. Plus on top of that, another 500,000 for the fermento. But selling to an NPC, let's find out how much that would be. Boom, 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 boom. So in total, 1.2 million. However, this 500k for the fermento, let's deposit it away, I think, because I think that would change the results too much based on RNG. I did in fact have a pretty high farming fortune, so I think we gotta put it to A tier. The next crop we'll look at is gonna be carrot, in which case we're gonna be using this carrot hoe. Through what we have 892 farming fortune. And the way I actually farm this is 240 speed, and I go for 2 rows at once rather doing the max speed and going 1 row by 1 row. And I think this is probably one of the best ways to go, at least for me. Let's farm this one plot. And one plot of carrot took us 6 minutes and 20 seconds to farm, and it made us 977,000 plus 29,000 for the croppy here. But we're gonna pull it out and see if it's actually better to sell to NPC again. So we gotta beat about 1,000,000 coins. Let's see if that's gonna happen. Come on, Lumberjack, I know you got some good prices for us. Here we go, the last one, boom, and it's actually slightly less. But still, 939,000 coins minus, let's say, 25,000. Because obviously the croppy came with RNG. This one definitely surprised me, and I think this is probably gonna be S tier. After carrot, we gotta test out potato because I think they're gonna be very similar to each other. In this case, we're gonna use the potato hoe, and now our farming fortune is actually 912. So I ended up farming it actually a little bit longer, 6 minutes and 40 seconds, potato. Let's see how much money we're gonna be making here. And this is gonna be 914,000 plus on top of that 116,000 because of the croppies. We got pretty lucky with it. And let's also see how much money we're gonna be making here. So we need to beat over 1 million. Let's see if the NPC is gonna do it. Moment of truth, here we are, and boom. Oh, we actually made slightly more, so thanks to the croppies, which we're actually gonna remove because that's, again, based on RNG. We made 950,000 with potato. And I mean, of course, potato has to come alongside carrot because they're pretty much the same. Next, we gotta do pumpkin. And here we're gonna be using Pumpkin Dicer 3.0, bringing our farming fortune to 906. Let's get started farming this, and by the way, at the end of the video, we're gonna look at how much each farm is gonna be making per hour. Okay, this went actually super quick. That took us only 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Let's see how much money we made, and that's gonna be 346,000. Would the NPC prices beat it? Let's find out, and that's 364,000. Pumpkin, oh my god, I think it's probably one of the worst ones, but I don't know if it deserves a D tier or C tier. I mean, obviously, if we take a look at how much farming XP we can get, I would definitely give it a better rating, but in terms of money, that was terrible, so let's leave it at C tier. Naturally, after this, we gotta test out melon, which was one of the worst ones. We'll be, of course, using the Melon Dicer 3.0. And our farming fortune is only 836. So we should take that into consideration when we're gonna be looking at the results. But let's see if it's gonna be the best? Question mark? Okay, we actually farmed this melon farm exactly the same speed as pumpkin. Well, 3 minutes and 11 seconds this time. But let's see, how much money did we make? Is it gonna be more than pumpkins? Boom, 318,000. However, we did get one squash as well. That's going for 259,000. The reason why I'm shocked is because to NPC it's only 75,000. So bizarre quick sell it is for this. But the melons, instead of 318,000, we're gonna get from NPC, boom, 323,000. Okay, melon is still one of the worst ones, so it's gonna be a D tier. Now it's time for the wheat farm, in which case we're gonna be using this wheat hoe right here, meaning that our farming fortune is slightly below 900. For reference, we're still farming with 240 speed and 2 rows at once. And this plot took us about 6 minutes and 24 seconds, and we made here, that's over 1,000,000 coins plus the cropy, which is 62,000. Alright, let's find out what the NPC prices is gonna be. And oh wait, I didn't empty my balance. That's my back. Alright, and the NPC is gonna be making us slightly more, I think, or actually less, 800,000. Wheat is still amazing, but it's not as good as I feel like it used to be. So I think we're gonna put a B tier or potentially A tier. It's pretty close to sugarcane. I think we're gonna leave it at B tier. Next farm is gonna be the Cactus farm, where we're gonna be using the Cactus knife, and actually 400 speed SP menu is gonna be showing that we have right now 895 farming fortune. In this case, we're gonna look straight ahead or 90 degrees, and we're just gonna zoom through like this, and then we're gonna go, here we go, back again, and we're gonna get 2 rows at once. Once that's completed, we're gonna go ahead and go on this side. Oh my god, I can't run. All right, here we go. But anyways, let's turn on the timer to see how much it takes with one plot. And that took us only 3 minutes and 20 seconds, the same speed as pumpkin or melon. But is it better money? Well, that's 476,000. And Mr. NPC is gonna pay us only 166,000. Wait, let me take that back because, hello? What? Alright, back. We're gonna go to Bazaar with that. Okay, there's no question about it. Cactus is easy A tier, but it's slightly better than, I think, carrot and potatoes, so let's put it to S tier. And the next farm is gonna be Netherwort, which might turn out to be crazy. In this case, we're gonna be using 200 speed, and we're gonna try to look, I think around like 57, something like that. Also, I forgot to mention, but we're using the Netherwort hoe, and our farming fortune is pretty good actually, 928. Yeah, I'm not so sure if these angles are the best in this speed, but we're using right now 200 speed and 122 angle, or the 57 one that we just briefly mentioned before. Hello? What just happened? Anyways. Okay, this took us 3 minutes and 9 seconds. And to be honest, I'm not sure if that was the best way to farm it. But how much money is this gonna be in 3 minutes? That's 469,000. And selling to NPC, that would be actually slightly more, 493,000. Okay, I mean, no questions about it. Netherwort still one of the best ones. Next, we gotta test out Coco beans, which actually didn't get a change in price, but we're gonna go to 155 speed. We're gonna use the Coco chopper, and our farming fortune is 907. And there we go. It took us 14 minutes and 30 seconds. And how much money did we make? And that's 1.8 million. And selling back to the NPC, we made 1.48 million, but we also got free squash, which is 225,000. Let me see if they're still overpriced on Bazaar. Oh my god. It is 722,000. I'll take that. Mushroom, to be honest, I thought it would be way better, but I think it's gonna go to D tier. And the final farm is gonna be mushroom. But as you can see, this is not the full plot, and it also looks different. Because apparently mining at 200 speed, this is the fastest way to get mushrooms. Okay, this literally took me only 1 minute and 15 seconds. So let's see how much money we made in 1 minute. And that's gonna be 134,000. We actually got 1 fermento as well, which is pretty lucky. But let's find out how much it's gonna be to NPC, and that's gonna be 140,000. But in comparison, if we mined like for 5 minutes or so, we would have gotten like 600,000 at least. And finally, Coco. Well, I think this is probably gonna be A tier or maybe even B tier. I've been actually pretty good with the ratings here. I think gave way too many S tiers. Maybe Netherwort is the only one that should be in an S tier, but that's the list. So sugarcane should be making about 8 million coins an hour. While the potato farm is about 8.5 million an hour. Pumpkin, which is pretty bad, is only 6.8 million. Melon, aka the worst, is making about 6 million an hour. Carrot, which definitely surprised me, is about 8.6 million an hour. And cactus is very similar. It's also about 8.6 million an hour. Now, to be honest, I thought wheat is the same as potato and carrot, but it's slightly worse. Now, it's not bad, but it's about 7.5 million, closer to 7.6. Coco, which didn't get a change at all, is 7.7 an hour, which is really good. Now, the weird mushroom setup that I had, well, maybe there's more efficient ways to farm it and better ones, but this would be making about 6.7 million an hour if we build it infinitively. And I think we have only one farm left, which is Netherwort. Now, this one is an easy S tier because this farm right here could be making about 9.3 million an hour. Now, of course, the more farming fortune you have, the more you could make. So here's the video on how to get a lot more farming fortune.